Hello, let's make a painting. And let's see what we're gonna do today. With what we're gonna do today. I will put a lot of water on the background. Now on the foreground, geez. Let me just center that. Let's center, yes. I'm gonna use my big brush. And I used to, well, we'll see. Usually I'm using my hands to pre-wet the paper, but come on, little hair, move on. But we'll see. That's why I bought this brush originally, so I'm gonna put it in some use at some point. So let's start with this. And why this color? Well, because it's the closest one to my head. I don't think it's really matter, at least for the stuff that I'm doing. Okay. And we put it straight from the tube. Try to clean up the tube a little bit. There we go. Now, we have this. And we're gonna go up and down in each one of the lines that we just create. There we go, here. Get a little bit more water. Here. Here, and keep going. We're gonna use the lines as a solid ground for us. Now, for the sky, I'm not gonna even clean my brush, and I will just put some brown on the tip of the brush, and we're just gonna use what we have now here. A little bit of bluey is gonna right in the middle. So you already guess. At this point, I'm pretty sure you can see, is water. Clean the brush. Now we will need a clean brush for this part. I want to have some kind of very bright spot right in the middle. And we're going to use that for the clouds. And now we're going to let it develop. Now, I will take the palette knife, and generally my paintings are more busy, very fast moving, very expressive, but well, this one is still like, I guess, expressive, but we're gonna take it easy. I feel like this series needs to slow down a little bit, and I also think I did enough of the very fast-moving and very busy painting. So we're gonna try to take it, slow down a little bit, and see what we can come up with this. Now, for this part, I wanna smooth down everything. There we go. Man, I hate when I start bleeding here. There we go. And we're just gonna tap around. Now, whatever I took from the bluey, I'm not gonna remove it. I'm not gonna clean my brush. I'm just gonna tapping. So I don't want a completely white light spot. I still wanna have some textures over there. Now, I can do a couple of choices here. I can add more paint or remove some paint from the background. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start creating this kind of ground on the side of the river with more vibrant warm brown mixed with a little bit of red, a little bit of water, and just keep adding ground here. More here. Why not some yellow too? This is where our water is gonna be more spread around. And this is more where it's kind of dirt and red dirt around we have a lot of that in the south. I'm going to take a little brush and start spreading around and help it develop. Now, I'm going to go with water around that, around the brown part, and I will try not to destroy it, but just help spread it around. What I'm looking for is this kind of warm yellowish tone that is left over after the brown, but without destroying the brown, of course. There we go. And naturally, I will go inside of the river, so we don't have something strange going on and everything look like it's different things. They all need to look like a part of the one landscape. So that's what we do. Now I'm gonna take very saturated, very raw bluey. And while everything is still kind of wet, I'm just gonna add here and there. I'm even gonna take some black from here, mixed with the blue. There we go. Almost dry brush at this point. It's wet only whatever is touching the paper, but the brush itself is pretty dry. And we're gonna use that dry on dry technique to put some textures in water. Now, of course, as closer we move to us on the foreground, I can afford to push a little bit more, have bigger textures right here. There we go. A little bit more of the black. We want to have more dark spots close to the ground, where the water is touching the ground. And they meet each other here. There we go, here. Now, for the background, the horizon. I was thinking either adding or removing paint, and I think I'm gonna remove some of the paint very freely, nothing too specific. But that's gonna give us a chance first to remove some of the paint so we can have a nice texture, but also it's gonna give us a chance to push the paint a little bit up. So actually we can form some kind of trees on the background, so it doesn't stay like a spots. Excuse me. And of course here we can make them disappear. Here we're gonna do exactly the same on this side. It's a little bit tedious process, but I mean, part of the painting. There we go. Now, when I'm doing this, I will try not to, I'm still doing it, but because it's nature, it's our nature, we try to keep everything straight and organized. Try to be random. Nature is kind of random most of the time. Now, on the foreground, while everything is still kind of wet, I will just add some tall grass. So we can have a more texture on the foreground. A little bit here, a little bit there. Now, if you watch my other videos, you already know what I'm gonna put here. And if you guess baby rock, that is the correct answer. There you go. There's your baby rock right there. I like adding this. I like rocks in general. They're cool. I enjoy them a lot. Now, once we have this, it would be nice if we can have a clean brush and immediately remove, oops, let's make a nice tip. We immediately remove some of the paint from that rock, make it a tip again, so we can have a nice reflection from the sun. It's an oddly shaped rock. We use the other side. Oh, there we go. Start popping up. Okay, and now of course we're gonna add some grass. Try to go there. Should we put a bird? Yeah, why not? It's a dot, by the way. But you know, we will call it a bird. And there we go. Watercolor, abstract, landscape.